Hi friends, I just wanted to shoot a real quick video of how to dremel nails. I'll show you how to clip them as well, but I always prefer doing dremeling, so I'm going to show you how to do that. I've had a lot of people ask me. It's probably the most difficult thing for dogs and for owners because it is tricky. It is very tricky, and it's possible to, quick them and then they bleed, and it's so sad, but it's okay. You can do it, and it's important, and you have to do it. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to start with the back feet. So follow me on here. So one of the things that's important is the way you're holding them. Now, of course, I can put them on my table and I can attach them. So that's a little tricky for people at home, right? But you can have a friend or whoever help you by maybe like sitting on the couch and holding them with their leash or even their collar, and then pay attention to the dog, and oh, good puppy, and whether that's a treat, in your hand or whatnot, that's going to help. But the way to do it is so that they don't see what you're doing, because once they see, then they're freaking out, right? So yes, so that's why I do it this way. The way that the leg bends is important, and you don't want to bend it the way it shouldn't be bent. You don't want to hurt the dog, right? So and also it makes it more comfortable for them, right? Because if they're uncomfortable and hurting, they're gonna want to run away, right? So this is Paul. Did I introduce him? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is Paul the doodle. Isn't he cute? He's a fluffer. He's a good boy. I am going to show you. Paul is a little bit taller, so if he was a smaller dog, this is how you would do it. You would hold from back here, and you would lift up their little foot like this, and then you would do it this way. But Paul is tall. Paul is tall Paul, if you will. So I'm going to then spot him by using my body to take over his leg spots so that he feels secure and safe. So then I'm going to put my whole shoulder underneath right here. I'm going to pick up his foot like that. So now he's basically leaning on me. And then I am going to turn his foot just this way. I'm going to make sure it's in line with his body. And then I'm going to brush all this hair away. Now, he's getting groomed, so I'm actually going to shave all these pads, but normally at home, probably you wouldn't have done that. So we're just going to do it like this. So what you do is you wipe all that hair back like that, and you want to expose every little nail. Here's a nail, here's a nail, here's a nail, here's a nail. There it is. You want to make sure that you don't get any hair caught in the Dremel, because that's a bummer. So then you kind of take a look. When you're doing it upside down, not upside down, kind of upside down, you can actually see better where the quick is and what you need to clip, as opposed to doing it from the front. It really is better. So nail clippers, these are the kind that I suggest. There are another type called guillotine. Those are scary. Don't use those. This is a scissor type, and then there's a Dremel. This is the best one that I have found. It's made by the Dremel company, but it's a pet one. So it's fast, but it's not too fast. And then there's two different speeds. I'm all about the high though. Let me put Paul down. When you use, when you're doing the nails, the thing that affects them the most is the pressure or the vibration, right? So when you're clipping, if you put a lot of pressure and really slowly, like squeezing, the dog's gonna be like, ow, ow, ah, I'm freaking out. But if you find your spot, you click, click the scissors, and off it goes. Then it's less pressure, less causes less anxiety for them, because you're just getting in there, done. Don't be like, oh, I'm so scared. Ah. Don't do that. Okay. With the Dremel, the important thing is to have pressure on it. If you're just bouncing on it like this, boom, 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 the poor pup feels all that vibration a lot, through its toes, through its foot, all the way into the body, yeah? And then they also feel the anxiety that you have about it, so then they're like, oh man, my mom doesn't know what she's doing. I'm scared, right? So one of the ways that you can show confidence and to show like, no, I got you, Paul. I got you. I know what I'm doing. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you still say that. You let them know, yep, I got you. We're all good. So the way to do that also while you're doing it is to have actual pressure on this Dremel. And what I actually do is kind of maneuver the nail toward the Dremel. Like the Dremel kind of stays put and I'm actually moving the nail like this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to hold it really tight. You want to hold the nail as tight as possible, so that, again, it's not like bing, 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 bing. It's like, here I am, and I'm doing the thing, right? So Let me get up close here again. Thank you, Paul. I'm going to take your little foot. Good boy. All right. Now, this nail isn't too long. If you can see, that pink is right there. So really, I just need to take the top of the nail off so that it doesn't look long. And then get it back to the qwik. You always want it to get back to the qwik. So, I don't know. I hope you can see that. These are white nails also, so that's a little easier. So, I'm going to turn it on high. And I'm going to let Paul hang out. Good boy, good boy. Always praising the dog. I have cleared all the hair away, and I am holding the nail with my fingers. So I'm taking away that vibration. And I'm going to go straight in as quick as possible. I'm going to do just a little dab here and there. Little dab. Now, Paul is like not psyched about it. He's not psyched about it. But he's doing really good. Good boy, good boy, good boy. So one of the things with dogs, there we go. And then sometimes I'll even put a little coconut oil on top. Shines them right up. Beautiful. Another important thing is dogs don't like getting their nails done. They just don't, right? It's a weird thing for them. So when you're doing their nails and they are fighting you or they're like, nope, and they pull away and you let go, then the dog, your pup, is like, oh, great. So I just have to pull and my mom will let go. So I'm going to keep pulling and mom's going to let go. Mom's going to let go. You have to hang on, not hurting them, but you hold on until they have calmed down, until they're like this, and then you let go. If they need a break, absolutely fine. Until they're calm, though, you cannot let go because they will learn that they can get away if they pull, right? So I was doing that, and Paul was like a little bit freaking out, a little bit. He was fine, but he did pull a little bit. You have to hang on. Don't let them, win, kind of. Of course, you don't want to hurt them. You don't want to be like yanking their leg. If that's the case, please let go. Don't hurt them. But holding them tight, especially if their foot is in an okay place. I'm spotting them with my shoulder, so I'm helping them stay up. They're okay. Then I'm just going to hang out right here. I'm going to hold them. You can turn this off. You can stop doing the thing, but you do not let go until they have calmed down. All right, cool. Yeah, next nail, we'll do this real quick. We're going to go through all of them. Again, I'm pushing all the hair away, so I just have the nail exposed. I'm holding the nail literally with my 2 fingers, and then I'm going to push pressure with the Dremel. Turning it on, there it is. All right, going straight in. I usually go from the top, and then I go to the sides. I do a little bit at the bottom there. And then you want to get anything that's sticking out. And then there's his qwik. I don't know if you can tell. That dark spot, that's his qwik right there. So he's pulling a little bit, but I'm hanging on. He's safe. He's just fine. So I'm going to hang on. I'm going to go to the next one right here. Same thing. I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to take a little bit off. But I'm not letting it bounce around, right? I'm putting a lot of pressure on it. And then eventually, as you do it more, it's going to feel more comfortable. For you and for the dog. I'm going to do this side as well. Now, this is a black nail, so you want to be really careful. You want to just take the top off there, and then you want to be paying attention to make sure that you don't get the qwik, because you can't actually see it. So if you can see this, there's like a dark space in there. Kind of like dark purpley. That's the qwik right there. So you don't want to hit that up. If you do qwik your dog, it's okay. It's painful for you, and you feel like, oh my gosh, I've made my dog bleed. I know it's the worst, but they're okay. You can use septic powder. You can get that any store, PetSmart, Petco, whatever. Septic powder, and that stops it like that. You just put a little bit, put some pressure on the toenail, it'll stop like that. You can also use flour. If you don't have septic powder, you can use flour. Same thing, you put it on there, and it gets the nail to stop bleeding. But try not to let it affect you so that you don't end up doing their nails again. Ultimately, though, yeah, if you're not comfortable doing it, please go see your vet, go see your groomer, and they'll take care of that for you. But you don't want to let those nails get out of control. You got to do them every 4 weeks. It hurts them when they're long because they can't walk well, right? It's like if your toenails got long, right? They'd mess you all up walking, right? Okay, thank you. I'm talking so much. Okay, I'm going to show you just kind of how to hold the rest of them, the legs, but, and I'll do that those back nails So for the front, it's going to be the same kind of thing. You don't want them to see it. So you're going to go from the back. You're going to keep their little leg in line like this, like this. You're going to wipe all those hair off, and you're doing this. Also, some dogs have a dew claw. Paul does not, so we're lucky. The dew claw is usually hanging about here. I do not use the Dremel on the dew claw because of all this hair. I actually do use my nail clippers. But those are also important. Sometimes dogs will have them in the back as well, but Paul does not. And again, same with this front arm. We're keeping it away. Look, Paul's head is over there, away from me, because also sometimes dogs bite, and you don't want your head near their heads, right? So I'm facing this way, holding him like this, giving him, making sure I'm staying in line with his body, but I'm also giving him a feeling like he can lean on me, right? We're gonna put that back. He's doing so good. Yes, you're doing so good, Paul. Good boy. So let's do these back ones one more time. So I'm gonna turn him just a little bit this way, and we'll bust through these nails really quickly. Here we go. So again, I put my shoulder and arm in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's put that away. I'm gonna pull it up, wiping away all this hair. Get that out. I'm gonna use my 2 fingers. I'm holding the nail. Turn that on. Oh, let's have a pause. The tail is sometimes in the way when you do the nails. You do not want to get this in the Dremel. Oh my goodness. So tuck it when you go in here, or sometimes I will even hold it like with my other hand so that it stays out of the way. Okay, be careful with the tails. Okay, good boy, Paul. We're gonna do the nail right here. Okay, hold on, Paul, stay. Good boy. This one's nice and short, so I'm just taking the top off and the edges so it's not sharp. I'm gonna turn that off because I couldn't see the other nail. There it is. There it is. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. Let's see how long that nail is. Good boy. Nice and tight. I'm holding tight with my fingers, the nail, and then I'm moving my Dremel around and putting pressure on it. It is a little, you know, weird and kind of feels kind of, not uncomfortable per se, but little awkward. Awkward is the word. To hold them like this. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. To hold the Dremel, to hold them like this, but this is the way to do it. If you hear that noise and it's like gets a little bit louder, it's because you're not putting enough pressure on the Dremel to the nail. So you just put a little bit more. So it's not, because that's the noise it makes when you're like bouncing a little. Last little toe here. They're usually the most difficult for last foot, last toe. So you just make sure you're ready to hang on. Oh, good boy. That one was nice and short. Great. Okay, donezo. And then you give your puppy so much praise. Good boy, you did so good. And then you give him a treat. The best treat, because he's the best boy. Wait, let me break it. Okay, it's too big. I'm just going to hold it while you chew it. That's it. It's very important to do your dog's nails. If you have any questions, I'm around. Text me or email me. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye.